Hello. I'm going to interrupt your meal I'm the presenter of the West Virginia Writer Jug Awards this year. In case you hadn't been around for this presentation, the Jug Award was the brainchild of Jack Zerold, a longtime member. It's just something to give recognition to members who have done exceptional writing or have given exceptional service to West Virginia writers. And it's a hard, fast tradition that we really enjoy following. We have a couple of Jug Awards to give away this evening. The first award, gentleman's not here, is Dick Lewis. Dick Lewis was our treasurer for several years. I'm going to read a little bit of stuff about him. Dick retired after a long, successful career in corporate finance and moved to Caldwell, West Virginia, to the beautiful Greenbrier Valley to fulfill a lifetime dream of owning a bed and breakfast. And Dick played a large part in preparing the morning meal, and I've spent time in the Lewis home, and I can assure you that when Dick Lewis fires up his griddle, he's a good time. It was about the same time he came to West Virginia Writers, whereupon he immediately became involved in the board of directors, first as parliamentarian, then first VP, then treasurer. He mentored us, me, with financial forecasting, budget analysis, and could be reached at any time to give up-to-the-minute budget status, all key elements in the success of this organization. His financial savvy and administrative expertise available at a time when much needed and when this organization is in his debt. I'm absolutely thrilled to report that he's the recipient of the Just Uncommonly Good West Virginia Jug Award for 2011. The next jug goes to a lady who was here last evening, serving us once again, and she's busy and couldn't make it back. In 2006, Christine Whitcomb opened her own agency, BookSense Literary Agency, representing both published and unpublished authors, accepting queries in specific areas of fiction and nonfiction. Her goal is not only to assist their clients in selling creative work, but to assist them in growing their writing careers. She makes it her mission to work hard and be diligent to keep the lines of communication open with the author she represents. She did something else when she started her literary agency. She dedicated herself and her company to helping writers from West Virginia and the immediate region and help them get a leg up in the writing world. During Eric's presidency, she rolled into Cedar Lakes with her sister Judith and a newfangled thing called a Kindle. And she's been returning each year, inviting agents and editors and publishers, and the success stories are growing more and more each year. She means a lot to us, and she also is a recipient of the 2011 Just Uncommonly Good Jug Award. Our last Jug recipient comes from the hardscrabble ridges and hard-packed mountains of West Virginia. He endured a hard upbringing, shaped his writing, and created a restlessness that he's never lost, and I hope he never will. He dropped out of college, left West Virginia University out of sheer frustration, wandered west, ended up eventually on the streets of LA. Finding street life not to his liking, he joined the Army and spent 3 years as a criminal investigator. The experience was enough to fully demonstrate the value of an education, of learning to do something else. He left the Army and went straight back to college. This time he did not drop out, graduating with a degree in journalism and continuing with graduate work in mass communication. As editor and publisher for Conservation magazine. He was an award-winning writer, photographer. Still restless, he began to write fiction at odd hours of hot Appalachian nights. At the age of 29, he was appointed as first secretary of the new West Virginia Commission on Manpower and Technology, the youngest to hold such a position in this state. He joined the staff of Outward Bound, a national experiential education organization, eventually becoming National Director of Operations. The educational philosophy of Outward Bound was adopted by Prescott College in Arizona, and Lee Maynard was asked to join the college to meld the experiential and academic methodologies. He served as Vice Chancellor of Prescott College and President of Prescott Institute of Experiential Education. After leaving the college, he served a term as Chairman of the College Board of Directors. It was during this tenure in Prescott that he completed his first novel, Crumb. Always restless, he designed a ski resort in Colorado and then moved to Santa Fe, where he and his wife Helen created a number of businesses. His combination of for-profit and non-profit experience created demand for his services as a consultant, quickly developing a reputation as a fixer. He has been a consultant to local and national, international nonprofits, and a management editorial consultant, newspapers, magazines, and publishing companies. And he kept writing. He's been published more than 100 times, including short stories and novels. His second novel, Screaming with the Cannibals, was awarded a literary fellowship in fiction by the National Endowment for the Arts. Much of Lee's fiction is highly controversial. His novel, Crumb, was banned here. In 1987, he wrote his first article for Reader's Digest and has written for them continuously since. In 2003, Lee was asked to assess the situation of a decades-old nonprofit food pantry called the Storehouse, and once again, the fiction made it work. The Storehouse is the largest food pantry in New Mexico, providing more food to the hungry than any time in its history. He's an avid outdoorsman and adventurer from the old school, a mountaineer, sea kayaker, and former professional river runner. He once co-piloted a single-engine aircraft from Colorado Springs, Colorado to Honduras, rode a motorcycle from Santa Fe to the Arctic Circle, and swam a major rapid in the Grand Canyon wearing a pair of child's plastic water wings. This wasn't his idea, but he learned a lot about managing things in times of stress. When asked to present or teach at the West Virginia Writers Annual Conference, Lee's standard reply is, "If you need me, just call." And we have again and again and again. On occasion, his visits coincide with the random appearance of other noted authors and outlaws. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me absolutely great pleasure to present the Just Uncommonly Jug Award